Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anasztazia and I'm here to help you level up your marketing. Whether you're a business owner, a content creator, or you simply want to learn marketing, this channel is for you. Today's video, we will discuss how can you increase your email click-through rate. Just to recap, a click-through rate represents the percentage of people who have clicked at least on one link in your email. If you're already using email marketing, this means that you already know that email is one of the most cost-effective ways to generate sales for your business. So it is obviously frustrating when your carefully drafted and sent out email is not generating a high click-through rate. So today we will discuss how can you change that by sending out the right message to the right contacts with the enticing call to action button. If you have been wondering why your email recipients receive your sales emails but they don't engage with those emails, it might be because you're sending those emails to the wrong contacts. Imagine you have signed up for a brand's newsletter or you have downloaded their freebie and next thing you know, they're sending you sales emails. What would be your reaction? Would you purchase from them right then and there? Or would you be puzzled as to why are they sending you these emails in the first place? This action might have a negative first impression on the email recipient and that brand might lose them before even having a second chance to redeem themselves. To avoid situations like this, companies such as Amazon, Sephora, Netflix, and many others use a marketing technique called customer segmentation to send the right message to the right person at the right time. In the marketing world, we use the term customer segmentation to describe the process where we divide our contacts into different segments. What is a segment? A segment is a specific category that contacts belong to, depending on different criteria. A criterion can be anything. It can be a geographic location, if you're a local business and you want to target contacts who live close to your shop. It can be demographic information, such as female in her 30s managing her own business, if this description represents your ideal customer. Or it can be the level of familiarity with your brand or readiness to buy from you. And the good news is you don't have to be Amazon to apply customer segmentation to your database. So my tip would be to segment your existing email contacts into the following 3 groups. Group number 1, contacts who have recently joined your email list. Group number 2 are contacts who have been on your email list for a while now but haven't bought from you yet. And group number 3 are contacts who are your existing customers. So by applying this simple segmentation technique to your email list, you will be able to increase your click-through rate by sending relevant emails to those 3 groups. And as we know, relevancy is key when we want our audience to act on the messages that we are sending them. Speaking of messaging, this brings us to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is to personalize your message. Now that you know which contact belongs to which group, you can send them messages that you know that will resonate with them. For example, group number 1 are contacts who have recently joined your email list and they might not be quite familiar with your brand. To these contacts, you might want to send a series of relationship building emails, such as a welcome email. You can send out an email to introduce yourself. You can also share with them where can they find you online, on which social platforms. And you can also take this opportunity and manage their expectations regarding how many emails you will be sending them and how frequently. I think the last message is really important to make it clear to your audience how often will you emailing them, and if they are not happy with that frequency, then they can let you know and you can decrease the frequency of your emails to those contacts so that they don't unsubscribe. Group number 2 represents the contacts who have been on your email list for a while now, but they haven't purchased from you yet. To these contacts, to group number 2, and to the contacts from group number 1 who have been through your relationship building email sequence, you can send them educational emails. You can share with them useful content that you know they are looking for, such as articles, tips, best practices, problem-solving content. You can also promote your long-form content, such as blog or YouTube video. As you know, the best way to build trust with your audience and prepare them for a purchase is to show them that you can be a guide for them that can help them reach their goals and aspirations. And finally, let's discuss what type of email communication you can send to group number 3, which are your existing customers, and to group number 2, who has been receiving your educational content. So these contacts are aware of your brand, they trust you, they know that you're an expert in your field. To these contacts, you can send a series of sales emails. In those emails, you can focus on providing information such as customer testimonials, the description of your product, and also the benefits of purchasing your product. And what is probably the most important part of your sales messaging is to address the emotional transformation that they will go through after purchasing and using your products. Now that you know which contact should receive which email communication, it's time to discuss tip number 3. Tip number 3 is to improve your CTA game. Now that you know which contacts should receive which email communication from you, it's time to level up your CTA game. As you might already know, CTA stands for Call to Action. These are the bright and shiny call to action buttons that you include in your email to guide your audience to take an action. So let's discuss how can you increase your click-through rate with these tips. If you have a long email, it is useful to have a call to action button above the fold. This means as soon as somebody opens your email, they can take action right away without scrolling to the bottom of the email. If you have a short email with the copy center aligned, you can also put your CTA under the copy so that the copy guides your audience's eyes towards the call to action that you want them to take. Tip number 2, your CTA copy has to be clear. Try to stay away from generic call to action buttons if it is a sales email. If there is a specific benefit that your audience will get from purchasing your product or service, then try to focus on the value that your audience will get from purchasing from you and incorporate that value proposition in your call to action button. Tip number 3, use vivid colors. It is very important to have a call to action button in your email that stands out. So depending on your brand colors, choose a color for your call to action button that will help it stand out from the rest of the email and guide your audience's attention to that action. So to recap, there are 3 ways to increase your click-through rate. Segment your customers, send them relevant messages at the right time, and use call to action buttons that will drive your audience to take immediate action. Make sure to like this video if you have learned something new and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Check out this video if you want to know how can you grow your email list, or you can also check out this video here. Thank you for your attention and I see you in the next one.